Got a question from Tom Hoisington. I think it's right that they say. He says standing guard break or pass. That was his request for the technique video today. So let me give you a standing guard break. Okay, we'll do a standing. It's a phone. It's a phone, Adam. By the way, this is my lovely assistant, Mr. Adam Wilson, who's really concerned if it's a phone. It's not a big deal. So I've got a lot of passes on this channel already, so you can look those up, but let's take a look at a basic standing guard break, okay? So when we're in the position, again, we want to make sure we've got good posture, we're sitting back as well as we can. There's different ways to do this, guys. Again, I'm showing you one way to go about this. Again, try it out, see if it works for you. If it's gi, I'll grab the sleeve and wrist. If it's no gi, I'll grab the back of the arm and the wrist, okay? But I'll have two hands on this to control it, okay? When I'm grabbing the wrist, I always grab the wrist, middle finger, thumb, right at the bend of the wrist so I can get almost a full enclosure of the arm. And then we'll go here. So I'm gonna do it from the gi, so I'm gonna pull it here, and I'm gonna pull it all the way over to the other side of the stomach. So basically, I don't like to hold so much here in the middle of the person's body, because a lot of times they can pull their arm out of there. But if I pull here, a lot of times it's kind of hard for him to fight for the position. His arm's not really in a strong spot. Now, I'm gonna stand up. When I stand up, I don't stand up to this, the other side, right? Because if I stand up to this side, he can hook under my leg. So I stand up to the same side as the leg, or same side to the arm that's pinned, and I bring my foot in close. I'm not gonna stand out really wide, okay? I bring it in really close, and I'm gonna stand up here, and I wanna bring both of my knees in to the hips. And if you look, if we turn around this way, what's happening is I'm putting both of my knees right here behind the hips here, and I'm keeping control of my elbows. I'm not just out here hanging over top of him. I'm sitting back here. So that if he opens his guard, go to open your guard, I have some control over his legs. Because one of the defenses to this is for him to open his guard and close his legs. Where mine, now I'm in a bad spot. So I have to be aware of that by doing this. Now, the reason why I'll play that gamble is because I'm gonna put a ton of pressure in the back of his hips. But again, I have to be ready to control those legs as soon as they open. Okay, and also the reason why, I didn't really say it, but the reason why I bring my feet in and not my knees, I see this a lot of times from my white belts, they'll try to put their knees into the hips, but they won't bring the feet in. Okay, think about being in an athletic position, whether that's a jump, a deadlift. We're gonna bring those legs in a little bit here, and we have strong positioning, and our knees are not tracking inward, which is gonna be dangerous, okay? So when you're doing this, if you stand up and your feet are a little bit wider, and your knees aren't behind the hips, walk the feet in, don't bend the knees in, it's dangerous. And again, it's not gonna be the strongest possible position for us. So again, good posture back, grip, grip, pull it all the way across to the hip. Okay, from here we stand in close, boom, bring the knees in, okay? Now from here, if I can control the sleeve, I absolutely will. If I can't, it's not a big deal. I'll go double here on the hips, okay? If I'm controlling it, I'll be here. If not, I'll be here, either way. From here, I'm gonna sit back in a chair. Boom, look at that. I'm sitting back on my heels right now, ton of pressure on his legs. Boom, step back here, and I can break that guard open, okay? So make sure when you come up, when we get there, we'll put the hands in the hips and we'll really spread those knees out to put pressure on the guard, and then we sit back into the chair. And by sitting back in the chair, their hips are being like arched up, and it puts a ton of pressure on the legs. And the only way that they're not gonna immediately break is if they're really, really long. And if you combine that chair sitting action with you pushing against the knees, it'll do the trick, okay? One more time on this, guys, and then you can go at it yourself and try it out. So, inside the guard, boom. Here, now, again, here, get the grip right here in the pants, elbow comes in the inside. If I can hang on to this sleeve, I will. If I can't, both hands go on the inside, sit back in the chair and begin to pry those legs open with your elbows. As soon as it happens, the guard breaks, we step back and come back in there and get our leg out of there. And from there, we can begin to pass. Now, as far as what pass to use, brother, there's lots of passes on the channel already, so I'll let you dig through them yourself and see which pass you'd like to use. But that's one way, a really basic way to break out of the guard through standing method. I'm finished. Adam?